Yes, beautiful people, what's going on? I forgot to try. Well, turn on the light. Yes, we're there. Nobody not even there in the chat yet, but we're still gonna keep it pushing. We're there here for talk about a lot of things today, a lot of different things, and yeah, just get a few minutes to see if anybody come into the live. No, say the I and I there. I talk to himself, but I just saw it go. I just saw it go. We're not established like a big YouTube streamer yet, so we just have to go and take it easy until that time come in. But yeah, today, we want to talk about the Reggae Boyz, the performance of the Nations League, and I know, it's been talked about a lot. A lot of people, all over YouTube and the Reggae Boyosphere has been talking about the performance of the Reggae Boyz and how well they have done. But just want to have my 3 cents to it, and yeah, just want to give my take on how well the boys perform. I was out there in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, watching the Reggae Boyz play, and yeah, I want to talk about it. Nobody is in the live now, but is as you come in, if you can hit the like button, I would appreciate that. But yeah, more talk about the Reggae Boyz performance at the Nations League. I mean, it's not like there's going to be much said that hasn't been said by somebody else already, but I still want to give my 3 cents on it. And I first just want to say congrats to the Reggae Boyz. Congrats to Coach Hawkinson. The performance in Dallas was outstanding. I mean, considering all the players that were missed, when you go back and look at injuries to Amari Bell, Ethan Pinnock was out. Damari Gray was out for that USA game. Shamar Nicholson was out for that USA game. Mikel Antonio was gonna come and decided not to come. And then I think there was another player that didn't make it either. So about half of our team was missing, and for the coach to plan and to strategize and to train and to come up with something that could, repel the attack of the US, we give thanks, it's outstanding from the coach. I remember I came on my stream earlier before the game saying that we shouldn't be afraid. We don't have anything to lose to play against the US. Everybody was afraid, the US is gonna run over us and all of that. The US is gonna grind us into the ground. And that never happened. The US never did grind us into the ground. You know what I mean? If you look at who the players were, you see Jamal Lowe. We have to give kudos to Jamal Lowe because he worked his socks off in that game. It was kind of unfortunate to say, him have to sit down on the bench the second game, but he worked hard in that first game against the USA. So you have people like Jamal Lowe, you have you see Sifa started in that first game, and Bobby Reed and Cephas on the wing. You see in the middle he had Casey Palmer, he had Damian Lowe, who played really well in that first game against the United States. He had Latiba there in the middle, and in the back, Big Heck and Deshaun Bernard played well too. And in the wing positions, oh my God, Greg Lee and Dexter Lembikisa. I really have to big up all of the players then, because this window, this Nations League window, was really eye-opening for me. It was really revealing for me to see. Let me start with Greg Lee, for example. Greg Lee, to me, I really have to ask my question: does Gregory play that left back position a little bit better than Amari Bell? You know, and I think the conventional wisdom or thought is that you know Amari Bell is better on defense while Gregory is better on offense. But the truth be told is that Gregory is he just had he has really brought himself up this game because like when you look and think about it, like Amari Bell, Gregory, who would you choose for that left back position? No. Is it a sure thing that even when Amari Bell is fit and come back to the team, that he's just gonna, he's just gonna be back in the team? I mean, Gregory was outstanding. Keep up the good work, kid. Thank you, first responder, and thank you for being here, man. Big up yourself. Appreciate it. But how is do you think Gregory Amarabel is just going to come back into the team and take his and get back that left spot position? I don't know. I mean, obviously that will be a coach's decision, but I think Gregory played outstanding. Another outstanding player is Deshaun Bernard, and I have to admit, say, for me, Deshaun Bernard, I was a little bit skeptical of him because I felt like he was a rash player that was slow in when he had to get back. He wasn't quick enough on his feet, and as a result of that, I thought that maybe he, I wasn't 100% sold on him. But the way he played this window, he's gone up in my book. I'm a little bit more comfortable with him around the back there because I honestly hardly saw a mistake that Deshaun Bernard made this window. I can't think of something that I can say he should have done this or he should have done that. Deshaun Bernard was really outstanding this window. And honestly, that is coming from somebody who was a little bit skeptical of Bernard. You know what I mean? He was excellent in almost every play that I saw him engaging. Michael Hector, a lot of our minds now have to change on Michael Hector, let's be honest, because Michael Hector, a lot of us from the time when Michael Hector was with the team under Theodore Whitmore, we all look at Michael Hector and was like, yeah, we don't trust him around at the back. He will play good, but then he will give up one bad play and then we get scored on. That's the way we thought of Michael Hector. But this window, Michael Hector was pretty good. He was pretty good. I can't think of anything that he did that's I wanna chastise him on or anything as it was in the past. I mean, he played outstanding. He defended really, really well. And the first game he never had Latimer around there with him. In the second game against Panama, the coach decided to go with a back three and play Latimer as another defensive player, and Latimer was good around the back as well. Latimer was good. One kind of have to ask the question: is Latimer better as in the center of defense as opposed to playing the CDM role? But it's good to have a player like Latimer because he can play several different positions. He can play in the center of defense. He can play in the right back position because I think right back is what he actually plays for Coventry. And he can also play in the CDM role. A lot of people don't think that he's the best at CDM. And so the coach tends to put Damian Lowe in that position. And Damian Lowe did well too. So but whatever it is, it's good to have Latimer in your team because he can play in several different roles. And I really like that about him. And then you have Lembi Kisa. Personally for me, and a lot of people might not agree with me on this, for me, Lembi Kisa was the player of the window for Jamaica, in my opinion. Lembi Kisa was outstanding, and it's not because he played, it's not because he scored that goal. Yes, he scored an outstanding goal. Yes, he scored a wonderful goal to win us third place against Panama. However, I am more focused on the way he played against the US. And there are several reasons for that. For one, he kept Pulisic in check for a good portion of the game. He kept Pulisic in check for a good portion of the game, and that's not easy to do. I mean, Pulisic is the US's top player. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna shut him down, you're gonna have to be really good. I mean, Pulisic is playing at AC Milan now. He's a good player, you know, by all accounts. Pulisic is a top player. So for Lembikisa to pretty much keep him in check for pretty much majority of the first half and then even into the second half. I even remember watching the game and I was there in the stadium. I saw one of the last plays before we got to the end of that USA game. Lembikisa is running from the middle of the field, from close to the half line, all the way over to the corner flag where Pulisic was to shut him down. And I'm like, this is like the last maybe 10 minutes of the game. I'm like, how is it that he has that type of energy, that level of energy, that late in the game? Lembikisa. So this guy's level of fitness is up there, and I would be surprised based on his performance and the viral moment that he had with scoring that goal. I'll be surprised if Wolves don't call him back to the Premier League squad soon, because I mean Lembikisa is one of the finds of the tournament, of the window, and personally for me, the player of the window. I know a lot of people would say maybe it's Damian Lowe. Some might say it's Hector, Michael Hector, and other players. But for me personally, it would be Dexter Lembikisa, not only because he scored that goal, but also because of how he played in the US game as well. And I think he even made the team at the window too, with all the other teams involved. So another player I would like to talk, and I'm kind of just going through player by player. I talked a little bit about Latibo there before. I would say Casey Palmer. He's one of those players that never really had the greatest window this time around. But he, the last window that he was here, he was a good player. He was a good player for us. So I'm willing to give Casey Palmer a little bit of leeway right now, because even though he got a chance, I think it was against Panama in that game. He got a chance against the US too. Some people say it would have been an offside goal, but I mean, those things. I wish he kind of put away those goals when he got the opportunity to. But Casey Palmer still one for the future. I still want to have him around. Not the greatest window this time around, but still a top-notch player, still a quality player, still a possible answer to the midfield issue, I would think. And then obviously Damian Lowe. Lots of people, would agree that Damian Lowe had an outstanding window, especially against the United States. I have a little different of take on Lowe. I don't think he was like the player of the tournament or the player of the window like some people believe. He was good, but I mean, I think he was better. He was more of a standout in the Canada game, that last Canada game, than he was this window. That's not to say he had a terrible showing this window at all. I just think that there were players who were more outstanding or caught my attention a little bit more than Damian Lowe. But a good window by Damian Lowe, nonetheless. I think he had a good window. And then I want to go to Ronaldo Cephas. Ronaldo Cephas, I am so happy that this guy has finally gotten some playing time in the team. And a lot of people would say, he had several opportunities. Well, he had at least one clear-cut chance. One chance he created against the US, that one where he got the ball, he bullied his way through two defenders, dribbled across the goal, and kick a shot to goal, but it went straight to Matt Turner in goal. Maybe if he had kicked it harder and to a corner, it would have scored. But you can't blame him for that, because he created that opportunity, Ronaldo Cephas. And then the other one that he got was somewhat of a created opportunity as well, because the ball was played long, and a lot of people don't give him credit for this. The ball was played long to him, but the ball, or in his direction, but the ball went to the defender. I think the defender was Richards or something like that. And he ran around Richards, got the ball, got himself into a shooting position, kick a shot to goal, but the keeper saved it. Now, a lot of people would have said, "Oh, Ronaldo Cephas and get the chance and not score it." But you have to take into consideration what he did. For him to run around Richards, get the ball, get himself into a shooting position and kick the shot was outstanding. Now, I would have hoped that he would have. I really wanted him to score that goal, just to prove to people why he should have been in this team a long time ago. You know, yes, Ira from Morris, big up yourself, man. Yeah, he of course. Cephas have speed for days, and this guy should have been in the team. And so here's what I want to say. You see, had Cephas gotten an opportunity in the team a long time ago, he had gotten a run and become acclimatized to the team and all of that, maybe a chance like that he got against the US would have found its way in the back of the net, because he is, seasoned. But because of the fact that he is relatively new to the team, you can't even really beat him too badly. Yeah, you can beat him and say, yo, you need to score it. You see him because you're a professional player. I will give that. But, he needs more playing time. And so I think he is the find of the window. No, we can all agree that this guy needs to be in the team when there is a call-up, because he has something that we can use as a weapon, and that is his speed. I am yet to see a player in not just Jamaica's team, but in the entire CONCACAF that has more speed than Ronaldo Cephas. He has good speed. He needs to be called more. He needs to be given more opportunities. This World Cup window that's coming up, I think Cephas should be given a little bit more time, especially, and it's not that, we don't need to take the World Cup window seriously, but especially considering that the type of teams that we're playing, we're expected to get past those teams when we face them. So, Cephas need for play, and it's not that me just advocate for Cephas. It's just that we need to be deep in every position that we have right now. So you look at the positions that I think we're deep in. The goalkeeper position, I think Andre Blake and Jamali Waite are two great goalkeepers. And as a matter of fact, I can't even go three deep, because I think Kanaya Boyce Clark is good. I don't know what the more present goalkeeper, Shaquan, I don't know what he is at international level, but it's safe to say that our goalkeeping area is decent. Then first responder, yes. Yeah, all of them play good. All of them play good. But I still kind of want to break them down a little bit. If you look into the left back position, Amari Bell and Greg Lee, yes, that's deep. If you look in our center of defense position, Michael Hector, Ethan Pinnock when he's back and fit, Damian Lowe, if the coach chooses to play him there, Joel Latimer there, if the coach chooses to play him there, Deshaun Bernard, so it's safe to say in the center of defense, we are looking good as well, because the coach is very good at the defense. If you look at our right back position, you're looking at Dexter Lembikisa and possibly either Javane Brown or Tavon Gray. Not a lot of people are 100% sold on them, but so that could possibly use some reinforcements. I don't know. If you look at our midfield, that's the area that needs the most attention, because we are yet to have a player that is a Ravel Morrison type player. And I can't say more than just to say, boy, Ravel, just find yourself a club now. Just find yourself a club, Bridget, because we need a Ravel Morrison type player in the middle of the park. You know what I mean? We can't. We have not been able to find a player that can do the type of things that Ravel does. Casey Palmer and Karai Anderson has come close. We know that Karai is young, He looks like he will be the person to step into that role and play that midfield center of defense or center of midfield role, the attacking midfield, the creative midfielder, the inspirational midfielder role. So with us want to encourage that, but we know so we need to fix that. But if you look on the wings, you have Leon Bailey, you have Bobby Reed, you have Ronaldo Cephas, you have Damari Gray. I think we can be too deep on both wings, and I know the Leon Bailey situation is very controversial right now. More might talk about that in a second, but for the purposes of this discussion, I'll say Leon Bailey, Bobby Reed, Ronaldo Cephas, Damari Gray. That's looking decent, and then up front we have in terms of players playing out and out striker roles, you have Mikel Antonio, you have Shamar Nicholson, Corey Burke. I mean, he had a very, very tough window. I mean, I feel it for him because that own goal there where him score. I mean, people want to treat it like say him scored a goal on purpose. He never scored a goal on purpose. It's an accident. Nobody would have wanted to do that. I can just imagine him sleep the night because like had that goal not gone in, Jamaica would have been in the final. So you just have to wonder like it's supposed to feel a way for him to have to deal with that. But I don't know. I don't know that Corey Burke is the future. In terms of the forwards role, Shamar Nicholson, Mikel Antonio. Because of the way the striker position is, I think we need more reinforcements there. We need more strikers there. The Kadamatiri guy. I'm not expecting him to come back. You know what I mean? Like, because once he got I think he scored for England under 18s. And once he has gotten a call there, is it under 18 or under 19s? I don't know. But once he has gotten a call, he knows that he is on England's radar. I don't know if Coach Holgrimson is going to call him back, because if I was the coach and I call you, or you say yes, you're going to come, and then 2-2's but turn around and reading other people say you're gone somewhere else, I don't know that I would call you back. But so I don't know that Kadamatiri is in the future for us. So it's a position that we need more reinforcement in. We need more strikers. Mikel Antonio and Shamar Nicholson are similar type strikers. They're the hold the play type strikers, wait until the field come up, bounce the ball around, go back into position, and then try to kick a shot to goal. Or they're kind of play that wing forward type thing where they run out to the wing and win the ball, square it in. They're kind of workhorses type thing. So, we need some more strikers. So that is an area that we need a little bit more depth in. So I personally would say, as a priority, the midfield and secondarily, the striker position needs attention. We need more depth there in the striker position. We need a little bit more depth in the midfield position. But all in all, though, kudos to the Reggae Boyz, man. Like, we cuss when they need for cuss, and we beat them when they need to get beaten. But this is one of the time them will have to say, kudos to them. Well done, Reggae Boyz, especially given all the controversy that was going on, between the night before the game against the USA and the actual game. Very well done for you have kept your head, kept it focused. I have to congratulate the coach as well for coming up with a strategy to repel the US, because, if you look at the final against the USA versus Mexico was trying to come out and play the USA, match the USA, ball for ball, pass for pass, man for man, strategy for strategy. It never worked. It looks like the game does look like the USA just had all the ease in the world. They were passing the ball all around Mexico. They had more of the ball than Mexico, which has shown you that CONCACAF have massively shifted. Because years ago, there was no team in CONCACAF that could outpossess Mexico. But the US is now outpossessing Mexico. And and dare I say, they actually have better players than Mexico. You look at all the players on the US team, they actually do have better players than Mexico, man for man, So for us to have repelled the US in the way that we did, and not just be run over in the way that Mexico was run over in their game, that's outstanding, you know. And I will have to give the boys some credit, man. Like, we need no from this window. I look and I say, boy, no, I am less worried about if this team will qualify for the World Cup. That doesn't mean that we need to let down our guard and start, you know, be casual about our approach. But I think that this window has told me that the Reggae Boyz is not only ready for qualify for the World Cup, but is now ready to challenge seriously for a place, for a place, for winning a tournament. I'm wondering what they, after this Copa America next year into the Gold Cup, what we you know, given this momentum we have and the trajectory we're on, we should be looking to win a Gold Cup now. And one wonders, you know, some people believe that had we had all the players against the USA, had we had Liam Bailey, Mikel Antonio, Shamar Nicholson, Amari Bell, Damari Gray, right? Had we had all of those players to play against the US, we would have lost easier than not having them, because their philosophy is that if we had those players, we would try to match the USA. We would try and go out and beat them. And that would make us more open, and the US could get behind us easier. And it was really because we didn't have those players. We had to be conservative and kind of be more defensive. And as a result, you know, the USA couldn't just break us down defensively. I don't know about that. I don't know if that is true. I mean, obviously, the coach had to come up with a different strategy given the players that he had, but I don't know that he would necessarily have a different approach, a significantly different approach had he had those players. Yes, I know that there would be a different attacking approach because you have better attacking players. And we know that some of those attacking players don't run back and defend in you know, Liam Bailey or Damari Gray. But at the same time, I still think that the coach would have understood that the US are technically, at least right now, based on the stats and the rankings, a better team than us. And so good defense would still have to be something that he plays, you know, in order to be able to match our play against the USA. First responder, you say our players are slow. It depends on which player you're talking about. I mean, not all of them are slow. I mean, I wouldn't say Cephas is slow. Some of our defenders are, though. You know, I think, you know, Deshaun Bernard is one of them. Michael Hector doesn't actually move very quickly either. But but again, all in all, congrats to the boys, and you know, I am really looking forward to see what happens in Copa America and so on. So I want to get to the Leon Bailey situation, because I kind of have a controversial take on the whole situation, because, you know, as you all probably know, Leon Bailey was, you know, expelled or suspended, from the squad for this window because he broke the curfew set out by the team, missed the team bus, came back. Well, he didn't sleep at the hotel, missed the team bus, and I think maybe I'd even gone to the hotel by himself. You know, Dockland said, "Pick up yourself. Thanks for being here." Yeah, no, I never said Cephas is slow. I think somebody said our players are slow, and I was just responding to say Cephas is definitely not slow. He's one of the fastest players in CONCACAF. You know, not even just in Jamaica. In CONCACAF, he's quick. And we should definitely use Cephas's speed to our advantage. But anyway, Liam Bailey, yes. So he broke the curfew, was suspended, and you know, you know, everybody gave their opinion about it. Most people didn't like the interview that he did, especially the night before the USA game, because, you know, one of the things in the interview, while there are some things in the interview that I would agree with him on, you know, like some of the behaviors of the JFF. When you say stuff like Jamaica can't do nothing for me, it does kind of hit me away, Rasta. Like, because if me as a fan, you know, I watch Liam Bailey, I try to watch Every single one of Liam Bailey game them, when I'm there in England, I play for Aston Villa. I'm still ever watching game them, for that matter. And me I say, yes, you go on fly the Jamaica flag. Aye, you make you make us proud. And me literally go watch Liam Bailey play for Aston Villa in person already. You see me? And Liam Bailey, one of the stars of the team, and I would say, dare I say, one of the leaders of the team. I mean, he has gotten players to come and play for the team, and people get you have other players that might want to play for Jamaica because of him, because a top-notch quality player like him is in the team. And I think for that reason, Liam Bailey has to watch the things that he does because people are looking at you, because people are looking up to you, because people want to come to this country to play for Jamaica. You can't be out there saying stuff like Jamaica can't do nothing for you. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to say, no, I'm not talk about Jamaica, the country, I'm talking about Jamaica football. It doesn't matter if you're talking about Jamaica football. Because if you are mad at the JFF, you can say that, but at the same time, the people that are running the JFF today, they're not going to be there forever. They're just representing Jamaica's football today, and maybe for another few years after now, another few years before now. But at the end of the day, Jamaica's football will remain when we are no longer here. Jamaica's football was here before all of us, and it will be here after us. So, for take out your anger on the team because you don't like something what the JFF do, they still can't really side with that. While at the same time, I still agree that some of the things that you said about the JFF needs to be addressed. You know what I mean? Yeah, for me, it hurt me. It hurt me when him said I from Mars, I agree. Is like, man, I say for real, dog, because I support you. So you for come out and say yo Jamaica can't do nothing for you. I say for real, because me a part of Jamaica football too, not in terms of the planning and the strategizing and the playing of it, but as a fan, because the Jamaica football, you need fans too. You need people to come out and support you too. You know what I mean? So we're all parts of Jamaica football. A lot of them people here on YouTube that get up and talk about everything, we're all part of the train that pushes the Jamaica's football along. And some people are going to say positive things all the while. Some people are going to say negative things all the while. Some people are going to be negative and positive, but we're all a part of it, pushing Jamaica's football. And I know that Liam Bailey, he feels a lot of pressure because of the expectations we put on him. And that's understandable. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you have to watch what you say, because when you say stuff like that, even though you might not intend it certain way, when people hear all of them things, they might feel away. So you have to watch yourself. You have to watch what you say as a leader in this team, as somebody that people look up to, as somebody that people are going to say, oh, if Liam Bailey not play, me not come and see them come watch. But if him play, me come and watch. You know what I mean? As somebody who have that type of pulling power there, you have to be a little bit more responsible with the words that you say. Big up all the people in the chat, Big up yourself, live radio. I'm a big up everybody in the chat. Send in your comments and let me hear your thoughts too. To see if the things that I'm gonna say make sense or not. But we appreciate the comments and we appreciate you being there. Please hit up the like button. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate every single one of you. But yeah, so that is how I feel about the Liam Bailey situation. Now, having said all of that, I think we need to watch how much pressure we put on him too, because I think even listening to his interview, he seemed very hurt, to be honest. I think he was hurt by the fact that he was left out of the team, and I think he wanted to be there in the US with the team. I think what might have happened, and don't quote me on this is just my interpretation from what I'm seeing. It seems like the coach ended up going back to ask Liam Bailey to join the camp, but Liam Bailey wanted to hear what Craig Butler would say first about it before he said yes or no. And so he sent the coach to talk to Craig Butler. And it seemed like that conversation happened, and the consensus was he's not going to join the team. Now, I don't know if I'm going to come out and say Craig Butler is the one that tell him not to join the team, or it was Liam Bailey who never did want to join the team at all. I don't know what happened. This is just me trying to interpret based on what Liam Bailey said and what happened. He said that the coach tried to get him back to come back to the squad. And in that conversation, he told the coach to go talk to him, father. The coach spoke to his father. And in the end, Liam Bailey was not in the squad. So it seems like the team, it seems like the decision or the consensus was he's not going to join the team. So he is hurt, obviously. But from the way I hear him give that interview, he seemed hurt, and he seemed like, you know what I mean, some intervention needs to happen. Because I will tell you this. Dockland Sennett said Liam believes he is the team and he's not. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people believe that way there. And I mean, the interview did come off like that. Because he did say some very controversial things, though. Like when him come out and say, you know what I mean, when people come watch Jamaica, guess who them come watch? Me. Dude, me not gonna tell you, you know, saying them thing they then want to the other player them will play. Nobody not come for watch Demari Gray. Nobody not come for watch Damian Lowe and Shamar Nicholson. But they had the game in Texas. I'm see people Shamar Nicholson, they have him own section. Because I see people with beer Shamar with Nicholson right on them back. A section of the crowd. You see me? So you have people who come out there to watch Damian Lowe. I see people come there who come watch Damian Lowe. You see me? Every player have them section and them segment where like them. So, you know what I mean? You can't say those people just come out for watch you alone. Yes, you might be a big crowd pull, you know, but even if you feel that way, that's one of them things that you must just kind of keep to yourself. You must think it, but don't say it, because saying it can send the wrong message. And the thing about it, Bailey, is that, you know, the fans, me feels that the fans, them love Bailey, you know, as a player and what the potential that he can bring to the team. But, you know what I mean, saying stuff like that is going to throw off people. Now, having said that, I personally would like to see back Liam Bailey in the team as soon as possible. I personally would like to see him back in the team as soon as possible. Now, as to how that's going to happen, I don't know if I can speak to that. Whether that be, you know, he needs to apologize to the team. I am not looking for an apology from Liam Bailey. You know, I just want him back into the team. So maybe in order to get back amongst his brothers and you know what I mean, his brothers meaning the team, and let them accept him back into the fold, he needs to go to them and send out an apology or something if that is needed. I don't know if the squad wants that, but something needs to happen to fix the situation, because we would be better off having Bailey in our squad. You know, he was a miss in the US, and he would be better. We would be better off as a team with him in the squad. So I would really like to see him back in the squad as soon as possible. I would love to see the situation fixed as soon as possible. And we don't have to hear nothing about it. It can just be a private thing what happened between the coach and Liam Bailey and the players. But we want to see Bailey back in the team. You know what I mean? Let's move past this. Not let's this passa we are talking about every day and Bailey this and Bailey that and all of that. You know what I mean? There is a time and place for everything. And I think we have milked that conversation to death. You know, we have expressed how we feel as fans. And we have said, and I mean, obviously for some people, it's going to take longer for us to move past that than others. But I think that, you know, at some point, we need to accept that that happened, you know, deal with it, and then say, okay, let's move on. Let's try and figure out a way how we can get this guy back into the team. Just read the comment section. Lee says he needs a superior PR team and a better role model. I agree about the PR team. The level that he is at right now is superstar status. You need a PR team. I mean no disrespect to Craig Butler, because Craig Butler seems to have been his PR team, but he needs people advising him about the type of things that he says and how he goes about. You're a big star, no. Let's not make anything about that. That's a big star. We Max it football. Big up yourself. Glad to see you here, man. Much respect to you. Much respect. Leon Bailey is holding back Jamaica football team. Controversial take. I mean, holding it back in what way? In what way is he holding it? By the things that he's saying, or why do you say that he's holding back the team? Genuinely, he hasn't really played. He hasn't really performed for Jamaica in the way that he has performed for Aston Villa. But I don't know if I would say he's holding back the team. Interesting. I reckon, bro, I don't like the bad light being shone on Jamaica, like how when we are perceived to on the upper. I agree with you, Ira from Mars, and that is why I'm saying that at some point we need to accept this reality, this liability thing. It happened because look at what has come out of it, Ira from Mars. The English media picked up that interview and go on and made a story saying that Leon Bailey just signed a contract with Aston Villa and now he wants to move to Chelsea. That's what they wrote. And he never said anything like that. Leon Bailey never said anything like that. I'm mad at Leon Bailey for the things that he said, but he never said that. He never said that, oh, I want to move to Chelsea. No. The question was asked of him, if a big team come calling, what would you do? He said that he's happy where he is right now. And he just, obviously everybody wants to move up. So if the opportunity came, but I don't think he was trying to say that he would move to. So you're right about the bad light being shown in Jamaica right now. And it's at some point we need to just stop and say, all right, we're done with this. Bailey said this, Bailey said that, because let's try getting back into the team. But I don't know that everybody believes it that way. Dockland Senate said, I have no issue if he doesn't play again for Jamaica. His performance so far for the country has been very ordinary, and he also is coming with division and diva attitude. I can't really disagree with that still, in terms of the attitude I have. I mean, the things that he has said is diva stuff for real. But I mean, it would be crazy for me to see Bailey is lighting up the Premier League, the top league in the world right now, and that's our player, and we can't have him play for us. Now, obviously, what I'm saying in terms of getting back Bailey into the team is going to be dependent on him, how remorseful he is about what he does, or about what he said. I mean, if he feel like say, yo, everything what I say, I stand on that, and that's how I feel and all of that, then obviously bringing him back into the team would be toxic. But I am assuming that Bailey has heard the discourse that has gone on about his interview, and have decided that, you know what, I'm assuming that he's thinking about it now and saying, you know what, maybe what I said wasn't the right thing. Maybe I start to rethink, and I'm hoping that is what he's doing, because even his, Craig Butler, I see him posting stuff saying, oh, we love our country and all of that. What I mean? Obviously, he believes that people have the perception that, they don't love the country. Because another thing that people are saying is that up to now, there has been no congratulations from either Butler or Liam Bailey congratulating the team for how well they did in the Nations League. And that's a serious concern too, but I have to, with Dockland, I think maybe if he is remorseful and he feels any change and feel like the things that he has said needs correction, then yes, I would accept him back to in the team. If he doesn't feel any of that, then I would have to agree with you and say he doesn't need to be in the team. We Maxi football, the players that fits the coach's system is most important. Liam Bailey caused more problems than good. So are you saying that Liam Bailey doesn't fit the coach's system? The coach is forced to fit him in, and his skill set just won't work. Remember that I've said under this coach. Okay, and then he said, so his style. I mean, I said the coach play Bobby Reed and Cephas. I think Cephas was pretty much playing for Liam Bailey. Are you saying that Cephas was a better fit for the system than Liam Bailey would ever be? I think that Liam Bailey in the past held on the ball too much. He was trying to do too much, and as a result, he was ineffective. I think that now he has matured since he has been at least this season at Villa. Because of his maturity, I would love to see how he brings over that level of maturity, that level of form that he had at Villa, how he would have brought it over to the national team. Unfortunately, we never get to see it because we have never had a disinformed Liam Bailey playing for Jamaica before. And that is one of the things where I would have wanted to see. You know what I mean? So him not fitting the system, you could argue that he never fit Emery's system either. You know what I mean? But Emery kind of transformed him into somebody that fit the system that he had. And I think that this coach is smart enough to have done that as well, lighting up the Premier League as it relates to goal contributions. But he is a player that makes a poorer team better. But is he this is a question. But is he a player that makes a poor team better? You don't think so? People must sacrifice for Bailey to look good. Well, I don't know if I don't know if me agree with that 100%. I think Bailey, him himself, have said that if he was in a system where like a top-notch team like Arsenal, whatever, where you have top players on the top surface and people are slick the ball game and all of that, he would have done better. That's what he has said. He actually doesn't believe that he can play in teams that have less quality players. He even said that. He says the reason why he does well at Aston Villa is because of the players that are there and the surface and all type of things. But he doesn't have that when he comes to Jamaica, which was kind of another slick diss too. But I mean, I just try to look at what he was saying. But I personally think he can offer a lot to Jamaica. Has he offered a lot to Jamaica? No. Based on his skill set that you see abroad in his club, no, he has not. I think that the way we look at Bailey, though, is based on what we expect of him. We are expecting that, look, you are lighting up Bundesliga, and now you're lighting up the English Premier League. Why you can't come light up Jamaica side? And so our average performance is not going to cut it for us. We need to see you light up things for Jamaica too. And I think that is what people are saying. Dockland say, go to your bed, you accent. Damian Neyman said, Jamaica love when man put them tail under them behind. At least we must can black our obvious troops time. Stop bad man the great youth. So what if he events? Yeah. So as I said, like with Liam Bailey, I would like to see him back in the team. I'm not gonna tell you a lie. I want to see him back in the team. I mean, me don't want to dash him away for good just because he had a bad moment. He said some things that he probably should not have said, and I'm hoping that he regrets what he said. But me don't want to dash him away for good. We now. It's not like Jamaica have a string of baller like that where we can afford for this dash a baller because he says something crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping he feels that way. All right, so I'm going to read some more of your comments. You have to respect your you have to also respect your boss. You can't just go in public and say whatever comes to your mouth. That will always come with some amount of reprimanding. Yes, I think that Bailey, they have a term in America where they say you get too big for your britches, which is, I think Bailey has gotten to a point now in England where he's very celebrated in England now. Whether we want to admit that or not, he's celebrated in England. And, I mean, his name is all over the English media all the time right now, in some way or the other. And I think he sees that and believes that he has the platform for those kind of saying a thing because he's so big now. At the end of the day, playing international football is not as easy, is a much harder thing than playing club football, even though you're playing at a very high level. And your country is going to be bigger than your club, even though you get paid more for play for your country, for your club. I mean, no one say you have to take that more. You're probably in the back of the mind as I say, you have to take that more seriously because you get paid more to play for your club than you get to play for your country. However, you're playing for your country is something of honor. You know what I mean? It's an honor thing because that's a privilege for you to be able to represent your country. You know what I mean? For you to be one of the chosen few people out of your entire country to represent them, that should be an honor. And going online or wherever and saying stuff about them cannot be the right thing at any time. It can't be. So Cephas was 10 times better. 10 times better than Bailey. Yo, look, Cephas on my ball, I believe Cephas should have been in the team from a long time. So, like, I'm not gonna really, be against that. But I think Bailey's at a higher level right now. Let's just call a spade a spade. And if we had Bailey in the team and the coach did start Cephas over Bailey, would have a problem with it. So I want Cephas though to continue working so that he can genuinely challenge for position there because he has the ability. You can see the potential in Cephas. I wanted Cephas in the team a long time ago. I only wish that he had more game time before this window so that by the time this window came around, that opportunity, that one-on-one opportunity that he got, that he would have put it away because he would have had the experience. So, definitely, we must is a laughing hater of great youth and trying to underrate Lujan and Leon. Plus Denzel. You hear what I'm going to say about you, we max it. You have to watch that. Because, let me see. I must skip. Because of Butler. Lee say they must come together, but they must come together to put an end to the disgraceful behaviors that are damaging Jamaica's reputation. He needs to follow the established policies and procedures and be mindful that there is what is that rule? Maybe I agree. Lee says, there is a system in place for raising complaints about any interactions. Yes, totally agreed. I don't care how big you are or where you play in the world. I agree with that. And Jamaica don't have it. He said it from his own mouth, but I'm bad-minded to say it months ago. I'm an analyst. Not sure what you're referring to there. All I'm saying, you're putting Bailey on a level that he's not as it related to Jamaica. And Jamaica don't have it. He said it from his own mouth, but I'm bad man. Me not call you bad man, me definitely me not call you bad man. Me respect your analysis, man. But putting Bailey on a level that he's not, though, I mean, you wouldn't agree that Bailey is currently a Premier League star. Not going to say he's a superstar. You wouldn't agree that Bailey is a Premier League star. I mean, and me I call him that, the Premier League, them actually start making montage of Bailey where them have a whole, how much minutes dedicated to the goal them what Bailey score this season. That's how the Premier League do that. And then even NBC put on things, the game that he played against Man City, all touches by Bailey, all the touches by Bailey in this game, including the goal and score. That was a significant game for him. And I mean, in a beat Man City, you know, he might beat almost single-handedly. When I say single-handedly, I mean him scored a goal for them win. And he was one of the most, if not the most outstanding player on the team at that time. And he scored a brilliant goal. He played well. Not only that, for Villa this season, he has 12 goals in all competitions, 12 goals and 12 assists, I think, in all competitions. That's not insignificant. That's a significant, statistic right there that he has scored in all competitions that he has played in. Whether it be Premier League, well, maybe not the FA Cup, I don't know, but the significant competitions, the Premier League, the Europa Conference League, and I think he has also scored the Europa qualifying league. But the pre Europa Conference League, the one where they played against the Scottish team, he scored in that as well. And right now, Aston Villa is looking like they may become a Champions League team, and Bailey is playing a significant part in that. And right now the English fans, them are singing praises. I think he's doing well though. I think he's doing well. Let me read some more of the comments. Let me go, scroll back too far. Say Kerai Anderson is an engine, bro. He will run to the moon and back. Yeah, Kerai Anderson is a. But I'm not seeing get enough time. I need more time with it. More of a see him play a little bit more. Johan Berenson. More of a see him play a little bit more for me to make an assessment. I haven't seen a player that can do what Ravel Morrison has done in Jamaica's team as well. A lot of people are saying Kerai Anderson is the closest thing to that, but I need to see more of him. The coach needs to put him in more. Who else could say what Bailey has said and people are willing to put him back in the team? So Dockland Senate, you wouldn't put back Bailey in the team. You wouldn't put him back in the team for what he has said. Answer that question. Would I love hear your thoughts on that? You wouldn't put back Bailey in the team. Poor thing them want to dash away. That's what they can't produce. Yeah, but I'll try dash with Bailey. Damian Menard. Man of God say, I'm big up yourself, all of those in the chat. If you just hit the subscribe button, if you haven't subscribed, and hit the like button, really appreciate you being here. Let's go and continue go through the comments. We don't need him to play for us. Let him go play for Butler. Man of God say that. Disregard some people. Disregard people's feelings of it. Some people were really burned by what Bailey said, and I can understand it. I can definitely understand it. Man of God, you know the mercy. Yeah, sometimes we have to be willing though to forgive the players them. I think Bailey was caught up in an emotional moment. I think he himself was hurt, and he ended up by saying some things that were hurtful. You know what I mean? But personally, me can look past what I'm saying, provided that he is remorseful of it. No, if him just believes, say, yo, Mega said this, I don't have to take it or leave it, I'm not have to do nothing, then that's a different story. But provided that he can provide some reconciliation, he can reconcile what has happened, then I can accept him back as long as he decides to say I'm sorry or to acknowledge that what he did was wrong, right? No, if he's not willing to do that, then that's a different thing. We all want Bailey to do well. Yes. Even Bailey knows he should not be in the team now. In that system, yes. CFS did things Bailey can't do. Let's be honest. And they never had to fit a system around him. CFS did things Bailey couldn't do. I mean, I'm kind of wonder because and I don't want to be pitted against CFS because CFS are my ballers. I say, but they want CFS in a team a long time ago. I think that Cephas and Bailey probably are the two wingers deep that we need because they have very special talents. I think Bailey is very good on the ball. You know what I mean? Now, again, in the past, Bailey has not been his Aston Villa best for Jamaica or his Bayer Leverkusen best for Jamaica. I can agree with that. I think, though, that we have never seen an informed Bailey in Jamaica's team before. We have never seen Bailey with this type of form that he's in right now. We have never seen that form brought over to the national team, or I've never seen him in this form, and then he comes to play for the national team. And the one time that we get the opportunity now to see it in terms of him depend farm, I believe he's lighting it up in England. It would have been nice for us to see. Now that you're in this form, let's see if you can do it for Jamaica. Now, if him could come and it was the same old, then, would have probably come to the conclusion that, yes, him is not going to be any good for Jamaica. A lot of people believe that we have had a long body of work. He has played 30 games for Jamaica. I think he has scored something like 5 goals. I don't know how many assists because he's a winger, so the assist part is important to look at as well. But he has scored 5 goals. A lot of people don't believe that is enough. Personally, when I look at the analysis of Bailey in terms of the 2 Canada games, which is the controversial 2 games, he actually he actually missed 5 chances. Now, a lot of people are mad at him for missing those 5 chances. But what about the aspect that how did he even get himself into that position to get the chance at goal? You know what I mean? That's something that needs to be looked at as well, because, you know what I mean, his work on the field, off the ball, is what leads to him being in those positions to score. Unfortunately, he never put away those chances, But if Bailey had put away those chances, we would have been singing a different song about him right now. Had he put away those 5 chances that he got against Canada, we would have felt a totally different way about him. But I don't think we max it. If you were the coach and you were starting a team, you're saying you would start Cephas over Bailey? Right now, I don't know that is something that most people would do, especially given the leagues that both players are playing in and the type of form each player is on. I would say Cephas is faster than Bailey, but I don't know that I can rank Cephas over Bailey right now. I don't think would I do that. We need all the best ballers with the best skill set for the World Cup campaign. Agreed. Let Leon gather his head and come back. Yeah, I can agree with that too. If right now is not the right time for him to come back, agreed. Yes, you get back your mental together and then come back. Ban that traitor, uncitizen, that rich mannerless. Calling question serious though. No, but I mean, people make mistake, man. People make mistake. I'm not ready for dash him away yet. I know say what I'm saying was very hurtful. I myself believe that I was bothered by the fact what I'm saying, but I'm not ready for dash him away yet. Bailey is top 15 in the world right now. They might believe that a star. Yeah, I believe Bailey is a star. I do. I wouldn't rank him as a superstar, but he's a star right now. I would say he's a star. We might say no, he's not a Premier. He's not a Premier League star. He's a Villa top. You don't believe Bailey's a Premier League star? More than love it. All right. So we marked it. If you could tell me some players that you think are stars in the Premier League, because again, we're not talking superstars. We're not talking about the Haalands and one name Mo Salah, and those type of players. I'm not talking about those. That's a different tier. I'm not saying Bailey is there. Those I would consider Premier League superstars. I'm talking about at least a star. Even Ollie Watkins right now, even though when I believe he has a lot of flair, but based on his statistics, you could have even almost him there at the top of the star list going into superstar status. But he doesn't have a lot of flair, so people probably would have more call him a star than superstar. But tell me some players that you think are stars. What would you rank Bailey then? If you don't rank him a star, where would you rank him? because me believe say, Bailey is a Premier League star. You know, let's look at one. I'm gonna try catch up with some of the okay. You see, oh, them bad man, them own. Don't want to say bad man. One of Villa top players, to be exact. One of Villa top players. Who would you rank over Bailey as a Villa top player? I guess Ali Watkins, um, Ali Watkins, Douglas Luiz, maybe, but outside of that, it would have to be Bailey. And a lot of Aston Villa fans actually believe that Liam Bailey is their best players, their best player right now. A lot of Villa fans believe Liam Bailey is currently their best player. You know, I've not said you call me bad man. Just he's pillar man. So yeah, so me, I wanted the pillar man them now. What is me turn pillar man now? No bridging. Me not a pillar man for nobody. Me just call it how me see it. You see me? Me want back Bailey in the team, but me can also say on the other hand that what he said was wrong. And what he said, he needs to reconcile that with the team. You see me? Me even say to Craig Butler, say, yo, what he said, what Bailey did was wrong. The thing about it, he broke the curfew, full stop. Him no need to point the finger upon nobody else. Him no need to call out the JFF, even though we all know that the JFF is wrong and all of that. But, yeah, him wrong. Wrong is wrong. And him need to just accept responsibility for that and just and do what he needs to do to get back into the team. But that interview was ill-advised, and it was poor of him. Like, but me's definitely not. I don't know what pillow man mean, but me's definitely nobody. You know what I mean? But me not there advocate for no wrongdoing. But as I say, I would like to see him back in the team because he's a good player. And if him there in England and star it up, why can't we have him come in here for Jamaica and try star it up too? Whether he's done it in the past or not, top 15 in his position, rather. All right. How much stars we have in the Premier League? Top 15 in his position in the Premier League, I agree. Me want to know who are the stars in the Premier League. Me not talk about in position, but just talk about stars. Who would you consider stars? And I say you have superstars, and you have stars, and you have everybody else, or ordinary players. Are you saying that Leon Bailey is an ordinary Premier League player? I'm not talking about his position. I'm just talking about across the board with everybody in the Premier League. Leon Bailey is an ordinary player. Are you saying that is what because I believe that he's a star. Name 15 winger better than Leon Bailey. Me can't do that. You see me? And maybe a wee match to ask because me are the one who is saying he's a star. So what if he scored 20 goals? He's a traitor. This fool have no contrition. Ban him now. Who is he but a rich punk? Look, as me I say, yo, everybody, your feelings, them, valid, isn't it? But me believe that intervention needs to happen as soon as possible. Someone needs to, and it can be behind the scenes. Hopefully, it is happening. Somebody talk to him, and dare I say, talk some sense into him because him say some things that I mean, can't agree with. And put him on the path to reconcile with the team. I would like to see him back in the team. Liam Bailey is an EPL star. He just under bad influence. Everybody make mistakes. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think he's a star. I think he just made a mistake. I don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. I don't want to dash him away forever and ever, amen, just because him says something, some people would consider dumb. You know what I mean? Like you can't turn on your fan base like that. That's not smart. So I would love to see some contrition. I would love to see some reconciliation there. I can't look past anything that I did not like what he said. The ball of a play. That, what did Cephas do? What did Cephas do? If you Nitro, if you did watch Jamaica versus US, you saw what Cephas is capable of. You know, you see him bully him way through two players and get a good shot off. He created that opportunity. And then the other one when one-on-one with the keeper, you know, he played. No, if you're talking in comparison to Leon Bailey, I, you know, again, I personally, if I had both of them on the team, provided Leon Bailey is fit, I'm starting Leon Bailey over Cephas, even though Cephas are my baller. You see me? I think those two players should be the two deep in that position. You know, and if Liam Bailey tired or sick, him for come off and Cephas come on. No, that's provided Liam Bailey is even back in the team, because I don't know when Liam Bailey will be back, or if or when he'll be back in the team. But I am willing to forgive Bailey, provided that he is sorry for what he did, provided that he realizes that what he did was wrong and wants to make amends for it. We don't want dash with the baller. You see me? True, not true. That me I say, yes, we need Bailey. Oh, you mean a lot of people don't necessarily believe that we need Bailey. Need is a strong word, you know. No baller is needed, you know, but you know, because if you're not available, somebody else gotta take a position. I mean, Amari Bell, we arguably need Amari Bell, but he's injured. Somebody else had to step up. We arguably need a player like Ravel Morrison, but he's not playing for our club, so somebody else had to step up. So need not so much, but it would be good. It would make our team stronger if, you know what I mean, we had him in the player. Daddy said, we have seen an informed Bailey and he's still flat. When was that? That was back end of last season. Back in the last season, Bailey was back end of last season. You mean last year or last season? Because back in the last season, Bailey wasn't really in any form in his second full season at Aston Villa. He only scored 5 goals. So if you're talking about the back end of the last full season that he did, no. If you're talking about the back end of last year, the back end of the last year, as in 2023, so like November, December that time, then we played Canada, and he had 5 chances and he missed the 5 chances. Now, the question would have to be asked, is a player a flop because he missed the 5 chances? I mean, some would argue that yes, but what about the ability to get into position to begin with to have those chances at goal? You know, so that's I don't know. Max it said in that system, host player can't play a link striker in isolation. Cephas did so. I'm watching football and giving my takes, boss. So you think that Cephas playing as a link striker in isolation contributed more to the team than Bailey when he's on the field, than what Bailey does when he's on the field? Because again, I would love to see Bailey's assist stats with Jamaica. We know we kind of only look on him, and I'm not discrediting your analytical, you know, acumen at all. As a matter of fact, I do watch and you know, agree with a lot of your takes. But I'm just wondering, are you saying that Cephas contributes more to the team in isolation as a wing striker as opposed to a Liam Bailey? And again, it medieval for half the conversation, yeah, it seemed like me a pit Cephas against Bailey, and I don't want to, because I you know, I'm a fan of both players. I know right now Bailey is not popular with everybody, but I am a fan of both players. I just want Bailey to come back and, you know, make amends for what him do. But absent the interview that he did, I'm a fan of both of the players. You know, but are you saying that Cephas contributes more to the team in the way that he's playing as opposed to Bailey? That interview deserves a fresh round of bans, maybe 8 games or so. If he's not banned, then that would set a bad example for the rest of the team. Well, I mean, I think that's going to be down to the coach. The coach had suspended him for the window. The coach thought that what he did was, oh, so you're saying that the interview itself, would have, well, that's going to be down to the coach. It's going to be up to the coach for decide that how they see fit. I guess maybe even the JFF might even get involved too. It's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. We don't really need this now, especially on our way to the World Cup. We don't really need this right now. So you might be onto something. That is something what I'm going to have to consider for real. They have a disciplinary committee. I think them probably need to convene the disciplinary committee together and sit down with Bailey. But I personally don't think say the approach should be, yo, you said this boy, yo, go over this and stay over this and nobody come back, come talk to it. Like, we can't ignore the fact that this player, has the potential to make us a much better team. He might not have done it as yet, but he has the potential to make us a much better team. Look, Bailey is a top talent. However, he just needs to apologize, tell Butler to ease him out, and him can return to the team after an apology. I agree with Jack Drummond. That's kind of what I'm saying. I agree with him. I agree with you. We might say pass it a while ago. Oh, host, I'm talking about the role the player Cephas plays. Just saying, I know Bailey could do so. I'm not ranked over. Okay, you're not. I'll say an answer. Cephas, but okay. You're talking about the system. Say Cephas fit the system that Holgrim's plays better than Bailey. Okay, all right. I mean, I still believe that Bailey can contribute a little bit more than Cephas. And this is even in the system that Holgrim's plays. I still believe that Bailey is can contribute a little bit more. We need all informed players to help us get to the World Cup. Yeah, agreed. Leon's flimsy excuse about pitches and players. Don't forget, Liam Bailey played a whole World Cup in America where the pitches are immaculate and damn good players around him, and he still did not produce. Yeah. I don't think he was in much form at that time, but I think when Liam Bailey plays for Jamaica, he puts a lot on himself. Honestly, I really do think he puts a lot on himself. And he tries to take on this role that I am the man, so I have to, when I get the ball, so they have to see me do something special. I think he does that, and I don't think he needs to. Maybe take it simple at the beginning of the game. If I was Liam Bailey and I was in, obviously I can't play like him, but if I had his talent and I was in his shoes, I would start out the game as simple as possible. I would just try to play the simplest passes and just take it as easy as possible. And as the game go on, you can pull out your bag of tricks. But like my feel say, like from him hit the field as him start, he tries to do a lot, and I don't think it works for him. So Villa in top 4, Bailey is one of the stars according to JD, but he is not an EPL star. That man said to me, if you say he's an EPL star, I don't want him. Stars in the Premier League: Saka, Foden, Gabriel, Odegaard. Saka, okay. Saka, Foden, Gabriel, Odegaard. So you don't believe say Bailey is you don't believe that Bailey is in that category with Saka, Foden, Gabriel, and Odegaard. And Saka would I almost put Saka more as like is he a superstar? He's getting there. Saka is definitely getting there. I think some people would have put him as a superstar, but superstar you'd say is Salah, De Bruyne, Van Dijk, Haaland, Son, and Rodri. So you believe that Son is a better winger than Saka. Than Saka. You rank Son over Saka. Interesting. Like, okay, you talk about the fan base with the pillar man thing. Okay, get it. Me just I kind of scroll through all right. In terms of if you're gonna put Saka, you don't think it's Bailey Day in the category, right? There, so I mean, because you have to consider the fact if Saka was playing on Villa, would Saka have the same stats like Bailey? Are the same stats that he has on Arsenal, I mean. You know? Maybe I would put Bailey in that category. Maybe, and it's on a spectrum. Maybe, you know what I mean, he is not at the top of the star list, waiting to go into superstardom. But I would call Bailey a star in the league, at least this season. Now, some people might say that this is only one season. So if you're making if you're making the comparison that he hasn't done it for more than one season, so you can't really call him a star yet, we can buy that conversation there. But if you're gonna call Saka a star, must feel say at a minimum Bailey is in that level too. Even if even not on the cusp of becoming superstardom, he's on that spectrum to be a star. Odegaard does Odegaard have better statistics than Bailey this season? You know, does stats match up to Odegaard's stats match up to Bailey? If Odegaard is a star, you know, I would have to go do more digging. I'm not really watch the Arsenal man like that, but you know, me check that out. Me have to check that out. But me believe say Bailey at a minimum is in this category. Saka, Foden, Gabriel, Odegaard, in there in that category there. All right. So they might say Bailey better than Saka. That is say he is above ordinary after the season. Yeah, he's above ordinary. Daddy, are you saying that he is above ordinary but not a star? But now try to say that is what you're saying. I'm just trying to clarify. Watkins is a good example. Douglas Sennett say he is a little ahead of Bailey. If you ask me, what do you think would happen to Watkins in the English team if he did an interview? Yeah, no, you see now in a England, them never try them thing there in a England because them have baller for days. So if the least little thing you say, you're out for good. You know, but get that because I mean, obviously they can replace Ollie Watkins in a New York minute. Them not have to wait for replace him. In other way, like, you know, Bailey, if we cut Bailey, do we have another player that can come in immediately that is of that level? In England, they can cut Watkins and bring in another player that's close to that level. Right now, Ali Watkins and Ivan Toney is fighting for the number 2 position. One of us asked if Ivan Toney was playing from, if he never got the ban and he was playing from the season, maybe his stats would be the same as Ali Watkins' stats. In England, you're not going to do that because they couldn't do it because some of the things that Bailey was complaining about, he wouldn't have that in England. Like the whole room situation, not to say that they don't room players together, but the bashing of the English FA, because he couldn't come out and say the English FA has been unprofessional. That wouldn't ever say. So he couldn't say that. So I don't see that would have be that would have be a comparison, right? So the Bailey bad like most of them by Bailey. Some people don't want to see about Bailey at all. And I can't disagree. Me not discredit nobody's feelings on that. Because trust me, when they hear it first, I say, but that youth ain't easy. I'm really gonna come say some of the thing them come say them thing there, you know. But consistency is very important to be superstar or star. Agreed. I can agree with you on that. We max it. I agree that the consistency, if you're going to come with the consistency piece and say Bailey hasn't been consistent enough for me to call him a star as yet, maybe Um, maybe he needs to do more of it for me to consider a star. I can accept that. But I really want to ask, what is the definition of a star? How do you define star? Is star a statistical thing, meaning that you have to have the stats for proof that you're a star, or is it an eye test thing? Like, for example, not for this the ball. A lot of people would call Walter Boyd a star based on the eye test, but based on the statistics don't exactly match it up. Definitely a potential star, but the statistics don't always match it up. So, what is it that constitutes a star? Statistics, the eye test, consistency, or is it just statistics and consistency, or is the eye test and consistency? What is it that constitutes a star? How would you define a star? And then further, how would you define what is a superstar? You know what I mean? So that would be an interesting conversation, because we throw around that word star and superstar a lot, but I don't know what we use to define what those things are. Bailey just start, yeah. So I could again, Damian Nemad, I could agree with the consistency issue. If you're making an argument that the only way you're going to consider Bailey a star is after he has displayed more consistency, then I can buy it. Now, some might say though, he showed that level when he was playing in the Bundesliga. Does that not count? Does the seasons that he had in Germany, where he was playing some outstanding football, does that not count to his stardom? In England, is Harry Kane a star? He played well in England. Is he playing as well in Germany now? And if he's not playing as well in Germany, Harry Kane, does that mean he's not a star? You know what I mean? Does your body of work in another league count towards your stardom? I don't know. But in terms of the consistency question, do you include the Bundesliga performance, or do you not include that? Are you just talking about in England, since England is a high league? Watch this going forward. Nitro said, we sound worse than the English and Manu players when discussing Mason Greenwood. Yeah, we'll talk about Mason Greenwood when he start playing for Jamaica. I mean, like, people will say he's going to come and play, but more have to see that first. I just got lost. Okay. Colin Quest said Leon is big baller, but also big traitor. And the number say he's no traitor. What they say about JFF traitor? Leon will only be good for Villa and not for Jamaica because his dad has too many problems. That is, say he's a flop for us because he is said to be our poster boy, and he has not lived up to it. I can agree with that. He hasn't lived up to the poster boy label at all. Can't name 6 good performances for him. The man just attacked himself because he has burning concerns. I'm not ban no man for an interview. Yeah, I'm not going to ban him yet. What's if us afford pushing back USA backline and keeping them honest? Yes, in the system the coach used, they were dominating, but still had to sub the right back. That's how, in fact, yeah. I mean, I agree with you, Max. I always thought that CFAS would give any team Jamaica plays a problem. He would give the wingbacks on any team we play against. He's going to give them problems because of his speed, and CFAS also has a little bit of inventiveness in him too. It's not just that he's a kick and run player. He has some inventiveness to him. I saw him get the ball down on the right flank, and two players come try to cut him down, and him get between the two of them, dribble across the goal and take a shot to goal. That's inventiveness. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can agree. He did push back the USA. He caused them some problems. I've always said that CFAS has that ability, but we have not seen Bailey in that new system. And that's the thing. When Nitro say we don't see Bailey in that system yet, and we don't see him in this form either. I've never seen this type of form that Bailey has. I've never seen him come to the national team in that type of form. I've never seen it. The closest thing you could have said is the end of last year when he played against Canada. And that time he was just picking up some steam. He wasn't like flying at that time. No, since after that window, he has been doing outstanding. But I haven't seen him this type of form. He just stopped listening to Butler then. Some people believe so that. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's an interesting point, Damian Nemad. Some people believe say maybe Bailey need to take a step back and start owning his own brand now, because right now it seems as if like he pretty much does what Butler says. Craig Butler says. I'm gonna mean no disrespect for Butler, but I have respect for him too. Not everybody feel that way there, but I believe say boy, the academy that he's doing and picking up, getting players off. He players into the academy and giving them an opportunity is a good thing. I don't always agree with his methods. So it's not like I'm 100% in a support of everything that Butler does. But when I see something good, I have to call a spade a spade. That's it. And I think that the Phoenix Academy, has done some good things. Now, in terms of some of the ways that Craig Butler has displayed himself in the media, in some controversial way, that's a totally different thing. That's a totally different aspect. But so now I got 100% agree with everything and 100% disagree with everything. Like some people are like, if Mafia says one thing about you bad, then everything about you bad. And if Mafia says one thing about you good, then everything about you good. I'm not that. I'm not like that. The Phoenix Academy and the stuff that he's doing with those young boys and young people, no, because he has some girls there too, I think is good. I think is a good thing. And but he has said some and done some controversial things that I don't agree with. Now, in terms of Liam Bailey being only, I think this might be an opportune time for Liam Bailey to think about maybe it's time to own your own brand. And again, when I mean a disrespect to Craig Butler, and I don't think that this means that Liam Bailey needs to dash away Craig Butler. But if I am to follow what has gone on, where it seems as if that a part of the reason why he gave the interview in the way that he gave it, it seems as if that Craig Butler might have been in some way behind it a little bit. I don't know. I cannot say what Butler told him or what he didn't tell him. I'm just saying maybe at this point in your career, Bailey, you have to really think about the things and what you say. And it might be time to start owning your own brand. All right, I'm going to read a few more of the comments, but really appreciate the comments that you have sent in, everyone. Big up everybody in the chat. You have really brought up some really good points and caused me myself to think. So I'm just go through them here really quick. Butler will never stop. As soon as things don't go their way, he will make a public outburst trying to disrupt the team. I can't see that. So Bailey has been a flop. Okay. Bailey has 30 games, has had 30 games. Isn't that enough sample size? Cephas deserves a good run in the team. Two, I agree that Cephas need more run in the team. 30 games is a lot of time for make up a decision. Yeah, I mean, though all of those are valid points. Bailey is a great talent. He has excelled from Germany and now in the UK, but his ascension to stardom has made him forget Jamaica loves humility. Don't try this over other players, coach, and nation. Agreed with you, Jack Drummond. I agree. 100%. Hello, no. Hell no. Hell no to what? Yes. Foden and Saka getting up there. Foden and Saka getting up there to what? To superstardom? I would say if they are stars, no, they're close to being superstars. Yes. Son has been doing this for years, to be honest. So he's a bona fide star. So Son is a did you say Son is a superstar or a star? Barely a joke to Saka boss. For real. All right. I will say that Saka is has been more consistent. He has had more good season than Bailey. But Bailey is a joke to Saka. Bailey was just getting double sub at the start of the season. Saka been good for years. I agree. Agree that Saka has been good for years. I can't disagree with you on that. The double sub probably was the kick in the rear end that Bailey need for getting him act together. I was kind of against it when Unai Emery did it, but he got some good results from it. I know he's playing better. But if you're talking about, again, if you're making the consistency argument, I can agree with you. Bailey doesn't have nearly the level of consistency at Saka, but that's in the Premier League. Now, are you not taking into consideration what he did in Germany? Does that not count? Like, for example, a man like Kai Havertz, who I think have gotten a lot of opportunities. I mean, he was good in Germany, come to England, and has only played for some of the best teams, whether it be Arsenal or Chelsea. But his numbers are not even as good as Bailey's in the Premier League this season. So is Kai Havertz a star? Would you rate him a star? Is he ordinary? Would you say Havertz has been better than Bailey? But I wouldn't say Bailey is a joke to Saka yet. I wouldn't. Bailey has been performing like this for less than one season. He might not do this again. Agreed. The consistency argument makes sense to me. Bailey would start for Man City if they're. Bailey would start for Man City? Not sure. Oh my God, brother, you really rate Bailey. so clearly, we marked it. You don't rate Bailey at all. Would I love to talk to you about this a little bit more, because you don't think that the work that Bailey has done this season, you don't think that is, you don't think, how do you rate that? How do you rank it? How do you see that in your eyes? Bailey's work this season, you don't think that is outstanding? Do you think that is ordinary? Do you think that that's above average? Do you think it's below average? Do you think it's star level? Like, where do you rank it? Do you rank it as an ordinary performance? More, I would love to know what you think about that. Because it's clear that you don't think Bailey is that good. Jamaican invite we Maxit to talk. More, I would love to actually, because I don't know how to do this thing. I would really love to hear your thoughts. I don't know what. Let me see. I don't know if he would come up and talk still, but like, I would really love to hear what your thoughts are on Bailey's work this season. Let me see. I don't know if I do this. If I know if I drop a link, I might forgot to do some more research on this. But maybe one time at JD, when you have a show, I will call in. I would love to have a conversation with you on that. Where do you rank Bailey's performance in terms of superstar? We can take that out. I'm not gonna call him a superstar, but in terms of star, in terms of above average, in terms of ordinary, star, above average, or ordinary. Because we definitely can't say it's below ordinary or below average. Star or a star, above average, ordinary. Would I love to hear that? Bailey is below Saka, Foden, but better than Doku based on top scouting reports. Okay. Bailey wouldn't start for City. I don't think Bailey would start for City. I not under Pep Guardiola. That would have taken a while for that to happen. Grealish or Foden on the low and Bernardo Silva on the right. We might say if he does the same thing next year, stats or eye test, yes, I would move him up to a star. Okay, so you're basing it based on consistency. Okay, I can accept that. Nigel said if Doku is starting for Man City, Bailey would start for them. So Nitro say Doku pretty much better than Bailey is better than Doku. Walter Boyd is a big star. Damian never said Walter Boyd is a big star. No. If Walter Boyd is a big star, that's based on what you're calling him a big star. You're saying he's a big star based on the eye test, or is it his statistics? More often know that. Jack Drummond said the eye test loves to look at the flair of a player. Right. Statistics shows reality of where a player really is in comparison to others. Yes, but a lot of players have good statistics, but they don't have flair, and they're not crowd pleasers or crowd pullers. Are those players considered stars too? You know, Bailey star Germany and now England. What else him to do? I wonder if his work in Germany doesn't count. I know I'm way behind on I'm way behind on the chat. We might say Bailey never dominated Germany. Haaland and Kane dominated in both leagues. He had a good season, so consistency still applies. You don't think Bailey dominated in Leverkusen when he was there? Well, maybe dominated. I wouldn't say dominated, but you don't think Bailey was a star in the Bundesliga when he was there? You don't think Bailey was a Bundesliga star? Dominate means say like dominate means like you're the leading goal scorer, or you're there up at the top in terms of leading goal scorer. Almost you score against every team, like how Haaland has scored against every Premier League team now. So I'm not gonna use the word dominate, but in terms of being a star, don't you think that Bailey was a star in Germany when he played there? That is, say Doku isn't a starter when all the squad is fit and playing well. Bailey star up Germany, you can't fight that. Yeah, he star up Germany. Cephas is gonna be a big. Cephas is gonna be a blowout star. Yeah, I mean, I see that to Cephas. I'm glad for him too, cause a long time him for the end of the side. Cephas for the end of the 23. Cephas will give any big defender problem. Cephas never looked bad the other day. God know him look far better than Jamal Lowe. Yeah, if you Cephas on my baller, man. Leon will not step away from Butler Phoenix motto. But now I say for step away from the motto, you know, but just I say he might need to think about owning his own brand now. You see me? And I mean, no disrespect to Craig Butler, because again, I have respect for Craig Butler too and what he's doing at Phoenix. But this interview and the things he said on this interview, I don't think was a good thing. So I think that needs rebranding. Let's hit him. Just skip out everything. No, I forgot. Come on, read everybody comment, and then I will. See if I get okay. See ya. Let's see him for life for that. No, we're not gonna hit him for life. That's what I say. Him not gonna do that without dashing. Deshaun Bernard is injured. When? Of course, Germany counts. I don't say Germany. Him starting up in a Germany have a count towards him star power. You know, if Cephas gets a good coach who really understands him, trust me, he can be one of the best in the world if him get the right coaching. You would talent without a doubt. One of my, dare I say, one of my favorite Jamaican. Well, I can't say favorite Jamaican players yet. He hasn't played a lot, but a player I think that has a ton load of potential. Okay, so yeah, we might say Havertz is no star. All right, fine. No, I'm not gonna say yeah. Him not gonna start for City. Bailey is not gonna start for City. You rate Bailey, but not as a star. Then what title would you give him to him? Like above average, ordinary? Anyway, we can have that discussion another time. Oh, above normal is ranking at. So you say he's above normal, but close to a star, but not exactly a star. Okay. And I think your argument is the consistency. Your argument is the consistency. Fine. Your argument is the consistency. At Nitro, how did she get injured? Yeah, I want to know how Deshaun Bernard get injured for real. Drop the link. You know, say more drop the link, but I don't know how to do it because I'm not really this is the first time. I'm gonna figure it out how to do it next time though. The next time I do a stream, I will have it figured out. I will make that promise. Because I don't know what to do, honestly. Like, let's see, engage your audience. No, that's not it. I'll have it figured out though. Next time for sure, I will have it figured out. Hallgrimson call up any young player, but not whisper Butler. Not whisper. Butler will be on a 30-day tirade. Just watch. Yeah, a lot of people believe the reason why Liam Bailey subsequently refused the call that Hallgrimson did, which was he suspended him first, but on the back end, he came back and tried to get him back into the team. That Butler advised Leon Bailey to tell him no because the coach didn't call whisper. I don't know if that is true. That is a speculation that is going on out there. I don't know that that is true. If that is true, that would be sad, but I'm not ascribing that onto to Butler because I just don't know that that is true. I think there was nothing wrong with leaving Whisper off the thing, though. I think Whisper is the future of the Jamaica football team, but right now it's good of him to just stay in England and you know what I mean, get him game time up, get him scoring acumen up and all of that. Like I don't think there is anything wrong with leaving him out of the team. I don't think there was anything negative about it. You know, that's fine with me. When only he sustained a muscle injury in the warm up today. Oh, that's Deshaun Bernard. You talk fair, respect it. Appreciate it. We match football. I mean, like, I try to do that. I try talk, but you know, just a try to call it on my seat. Give and and you talk, but okay, Nitro. You might say star, yes, yes in Germany. Okay, so we max it. If you believe that Leon Bailey was a star in Germany, do you think that star acumen that he had in Germany counts towards his star acumen in the US? Sorry, in England, even though he has only essentially kind of been a star for one season, and the season not really done yet. What if he has a similar rest of the season too? Do you think that Germany plus the England together, does that count him as being a star? So you're agreeing that he was a star in Germany, not dominate Germany, but a star in Germany. Okay. Everything from Manning Cup, Jamaica, and England makes Black Pearl a star. Interesting. Me, like Walter Boyd, you know, but the thing is, if you go back and judge Walter Boyd off back in the day standards, he's for sure a star back in the day standards. But in today's day and age, where people are looking on statistics, they look on everything. We look on statistics, we look on eye test, we look on consistency. I don't know if Walter Boyd would be considered a star. I just don't. In today's, but back in the day, it was Walter Boyd and Anandilo was essentially being a man and bounty killer. That was facts. Like when you talk about Jamaica side, the Reggae Boyz, it was Walter Boyd and Anandilo, just like it was being a man and bounty killer. You know, so we can see why Walter Boyd would have been a star there. But the truth of the matter, if you look at Walter Boyd's statistics, those are not star statistics. You know what I mean? He doesn't have star statistics. It's just a fact. So it would only have to be based on the eye test. All right, Patrick Edwards, a player have to prove themselves on the Reggae Boyz before he become a poster boy, but we made him a poster boy for the Reggae Boyz without proving. That's true. I think it was because he played in Germany. Star for Leverkusen because he should up against, he showed up against Munich. Yeah, him done Munich by Bayern Munich by himself, essentially. When I say by himself, don't take that out of context, but it just means that him was the man who scored the 2 goals then when they went 2-1. That's all I mean. Don't know what Bailey do, JD. He just uses platform to destroy Mr. Butler's players. Not necessarily. I don't really necessarily see, but I know I'm saying very harsh on Bailey though. He is very, but I'm not thinking about destroy them. I wouldn't say that. Star means highly rated amongst the lot. Leon star, is that a question or is a statement? For me, he is, but not for everybody. Low is the poster boy for us because Damian Lowe, dude. Damian Lowe is Mr. Jamaica in my book. Damian Lowe always play with him heart on him sleeve. If there was ever a player that, if you look up Love Jamaica in a Reggae Boy player that loves Jamaica in the dictionary, you're gonna see Damian Lowe face. that guy really comes to play for the national team when him come for play. Like them one day him not turn on, him don't even play, him don't even care if them one day don't even care if Aruba will play. If him get called up for play for the game, him a go turn up. You know, Damian Lowe really, you know, we need more Damian Lowe's, people who committed to the program like that. You know what I mean? Really. And this is not a shot against Leon Bailey, by the way. This is just me saying that Damian Lowe is Mr. Jamaica, in my opinion, Mr. You know what I mean, Jamaica football. Them man, they're very committed to the country. I like his attitude towards Jamaica. And I like his attitude on the field. Them man, they come for fight every game when play. You know, fight for Jamaica. So Lowe is a poster boy for us. They say Lowe and a star up on poster. Consistency, yes, consistency. Bailey is a work in progress. True, we don't see the best of him yet. I don't think we have seen the best of Bailey as yet. I think he still needs time. Unfortunately, some players need more time than others. You look at Ademare Gray, he could walk into the team and him start up immediately. Unfortunately, that's just not Bailey. You know, I would just have to accept that and try to work with him. If you put Cephas, Lowe, and Whisper on a poster, stadium full, just don't put it. But you're serious, Cephas, Lowe, and Whisper. Now, here are the thing though. You're actually right. You know what I mean? Even though it seemed funny, you're actually right. Because these players are loved by Jamaicans. You're actually right. That's actually a good idea. I laugh at it, at that comment, but you're actually right. That would actually be a really good marketing strategy for local Jamaica, for fill up national stadium. Yes, put Cephas, Damian Lowe, and Whisper on a stadium. You're on a poster. You're right. You are so right on that. Ezeme, Whisper, yes. Damian Lowe and Cephas can't pull crowd as much yet. I feel so Cephas can pull some crowd. And I feel so Damian Lowe can pull some crowd, man. I feel so. I feel so Lowe and Cephas can pull. Maybe Whisper will pull more. I will say that because Whisper will pull more crowd. But I think Cephas and Lowe can pull some too. Has it been verified that Alderson tried to recall Bailey? Bailey said it in his interview. Peter Mystic. Bailey said that in his interview, unless I lie, I tell. But Bailey did say it in his interview. And I think he said, go talk to my father. So I think, I think he did say that. You know? So we might say yes, but he started slow in the Premier League. So next season I will come out and fully agree. Okay. I can accept that. You are saying that him starring up this season alone is not enough for you to call him a star. But if him come next season and him have a similar season or better, you can call him a star. I can accept that. I can accept that consistency is a part of the criteria for being a star. I can accept that. So you're saying one season does not a star make. I get you. I get it. I was just asking if the German his performance in Germany doesn't count towards it. But if you're talking about specifically a Premier League star, he needs more than one season of consistent performances like this before you would call him a star. I can accept that. I can accept that. Patrick Edwards says Messi was a star at Barcelona, but take years to become an Argentina star, even according to Maradona. Well, they wanted Messi to win a World Cup before. I really that because he had been winning, Copa America, but that wasn't enough for Argentina fans. They wanted to see a World Cup. Now that him win the World Cup is like he's on a celebrity tour. No, he can do no wrong. He has no risen to the level of Maradona. So, at the World Cup, them they want him win. EPL a big league. We work out. We work at Bundesliga and I go work. Oh, we work at Bundesliga and I go work at EPL. Well, yeah, we know that. You see, Sancho did gone in a Bundesliga, then in EPL. Say, yeah, I know. So the EPL is a harder league than the Bundesliga. Me hear that, but I mean, the Bundesliga is still a top league in Europe, and being a star there still counts towards something. Haaland was starring up, the Bundesliga before he came to Premier League, and he's still carrying it on. Unfortunately, Leon Bailey wasn't able to catch him feet immediately. Just like you have Kai Havertz starting up in Bundesliga, come to get buy out by big clubs, but him can't really seem to start up in England. So it's going to take some time. Look at Diaby too. It would be interesting to hear, do you think that Diaby is a star, Moussa Diaby? Because a 50 million pound them buy him for more than them buy Bailey for. You know? And I think even when Diaby was in Germany, he was a star. Especially after Leon Bailey left, he was a star. Aston Villa bought him for big money, brought him to England. He has not really caught his feet as yet in England. Does that mean he's not a star? So we have to see. We have to see. Low shows hard for Jamaica every game, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Damien Head of State is a lion. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. One of our best players. We're lucky to have a player like that plays well and loves Jamaica as much as he does. He is a star player, but not for his country. He's trash. Nah, dog, but he's awful. He's a dolly son. I'm not gonna call him trash. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to him. He hasn't lived up to the poster boy. You know, he hasn't lived up to the poster boy. Thing. So he needs to work on that, because trust me, if Leon Bailey did the things that Demarai Gray has done, he would be God walking on earth as he come to Jamaica. Still, yeah, he would be God walking on earth if he could do what Demarai Gray has done. Host, it's sad because I was the one brought whisper to most of these people, but I am a hater in this space. We just can't be objective and not overhyped, so I will forever be here. No, because I remember when you used to post some shorts of the Golden Whisper score when they play for KC. I think you didn't even call him Haaland too. You didn't even compare him to Haaland. So yeah, I see it as a hater. But sometimes you criticize the Jamaican player them very harshly though. You do criticize them harshly, like, you know. Personally, I don't really mind though, because sometimes you can't have, everybody, you can't have the echo chamber where everybody does agree and say, we are this and we are that, and you don't have nobody, sticking out to say, well, let's not get carried away with the emotions because we're Jamaicans and we like to play them, we love to play them and all of that. Let's actually check the statistics. And I think that is something what you do, so me get that part there. For real. But you still harsh on them sometimes though. Isn't it? Too bad JFF don't know how to market. Yeah, them need somebody. I don't know who is the marketing person there, but isn't it? Like them need to do that. I might have done more in the youth career like his agent, but we don't gloat or look forward. I look no forward from nobody. Yeah, I mean, as I said, they see the shots them we used to post about him gold him and all of that. Yeah, for real. Jackie, Mr. Host, can you believe that JD said Omar Hutchinson is better than Billy? JD said that for real? It's better than Billy? In what way? you said Hutchinson better than Bailey based on what? Because I always want to go back. Is that based on statistics, the eye test, his body of work, the leagues that he has played in? Like, what have to hear what the criteria is for say Hutchinson is better than Bailey? One season is just an uprise or breakout. All right, fine. I agree. You need more than one season. Leon started EPL with plenty of injuries. So people like Richard Green make Jamaica what it is today. Anyone that is objective as out. Patrick Edwards, now you see the difference what a World Cup do for you, make you an icon. Who is that? Patrick Edwards, who are you referring to? IT push. Now Leon fit, he has regained stardom. That's an interesting conversation. Is Leon Bailey a star or is he not a star? After we have gotten over our feelings about his interview, we have to move on. But is he a star or is he not a star? Diaby is a big star. Ha! Damian Nemard says Diaby is a big star. So, if Diaby is a star, a big star, where is Bailey in that conversation? Because Bailey has performed better this season than Diaby. And Diaby was a big, if you're using star, is that based on Bundesliga or is that based on the EPL? World Cup, Patrick has said, World Cup expand your resume. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So that's why I was so bothered by the fact when Bailey said, Jamaica can't do nothing for me. You know, like that one sentence that him say really, really bothered me. It almost hurt me, to be honest, because how can you say that? Like, being an international player for any country at all, it builds your resume as opposed to being a club baller. If your entire career you just play for a club, and it doesn't matter what level it is, it could have been the highest level in the world. If you just play for a club your entire career, that's not as big as you playing club football and being an international. The international is almost, it can make you, being an international can make you demand more money. You know, being an international can cause more clubs to want to look at you. Being an international means that you're playing at a higher level than the club, because think about it, international football is harder than club football. Even Liam Bailey himself admit that. Him say playing for Aston Villa and playing for Jamaica are two different ball games. Him himself said that. Which one harder? Because I would argue that playing CONCACAF Nations League is arguably harder than playing in the Premier League. And the reason for that is that you're coming against so many different styles. And people are not just playing for get 3 points. They're playing for them country for win a trophy. And if you think about the hexagonal, let's go to the hex. When there was the World Cup qualifying tournament, the hexagonal, before we qualify for Qatar, that's an arguably harder league than playing English Premier League. No, but no, say that's controversial. But the reason why I say that is because people are giving way more heart, and you see people who play under well in a leagues abroad, they come to CONCACAF and play the hexagonal, and they look ordinary. You look at somebody like Edson Alvarez, playing for West Ham, playing well for West Ham. When he come play for Mexico against the USA, he look ordinary. You know what I mean? It's tough. International football is tough. So there's a lot of things that being an international player does for you. Bailey, let's try them. Has been excellent. Bailey also said that because of pitches, he did not perform. If I have a choice between Butler, Bailey, and Hallgrimson, I will take Hallgrimson's word any day over the other two. Well, I hear you. I hear you. But Medusa said Bailey did say that in an interview. You know, unless I lie, Mattel. He said that Hallgrimson called him to try and come back in the squad. That's what he said. No, if he must say lie, if I lie, Mattel, then that's a one thing. But him said that. DeMar scored 5, Leon scored 3. Not much difference. Okay. I think DeMar has been better for Jamaica than Leon Bailey. Facts. I mean, it's just facts. Statistically a fact. Low a wild man still, you know. I'm afraid for them man still, you know. Him I got in too hard on the man them with the tackle. Here what though? I do. Sometimes I'm afraid if Damian Lowe get a red card, but his aggression helps us sometimes. If you look on the goal where was scored against Canada in the second half after they come from the break, it was that tackle that he made that actually looked like a horrible tackle, but he got the ball. He won the ball and passed it to Boza, and Boza pour it into the back of the net. Like, that type of aggression is helpful to us. It is helpful to us. So Yeah, him going hard sometime, but sometime offer the best. We might say yes because I believe the local players get positions without working for it. And you have just said Gray versus Bailey situation, so I have to bring the balance. Yeah. Um yeah, sometimes local players get game without work feed for real. I mean, but that's why I was always so mad about Cephas because Premier League JPL players get more game time than Ronaldo Cephas. It was like he was being punished for his success. He couldn't get any game time when he was in Jamaica because he was a JPL player. Then he left and go to North Macedonia and tear it up, and then it's almost as if, well, yeah, it's just North Macedonia. It's not a big league. So he left and go on Turkey. When he started out playing in Turkey, he was doing well. He has had a dip in form. No, but that's just I mean, players go through that, and he couldn't get a call to the team. So IT Push Demar has had a lot of assists as well. He scored a number of matches a minute ago. He could be objective, very destructive. Okay, Patrick, I would say, imagine if Leon become a star during the World Cup qualifying. His money and fame would skyrocket, so he better don't get confused. Plus JA, he is playing for. Yeah, I mean, the Jamaica can't do nothing for me is a joke, and people will say, oh, I'm not talking about Jamaica. He's not talking about Jamaica. The country's talking about Jamaica football. That doesn't make a difference. Even if he's talking about Jamaica football, that's what I'm talking about. You being a Jamaica international does make you a better brand. Bailey is bigger than Diaby. This season he has been, yes. And when Bailey was in Bundesliga with Diaby, I think Bailey was the man over Diaby, even though Aston Villa bought Diaby for a much bigger sum than they bought Bailey for. But when both of them was at Bundesliga, if I'm not mistaken, Bailey was the man there over Diaby. Diaby was a good player too, but I think Bailey was the main was the star there at the time. I guess every man a star. It's just who can shine the brightest. You have to believe so you're a star for real. It goes to show Bailey is a star. You must football say Dari just walked in the Prem. Oh, Diaby just walked in the Prem and have already surpassed Bailey's first 2 seasons. Okay, in first 2 seasons, he's not used to the league. So imagine what he could do in the 3rd season. Okay. Interesting way to put it. So it surpassed Bailey's first 2 seasons. But okay. We'll see. I mean, I like Diaby. Diaby is a good player. We'll see. All right, well, we'll wrap it up. Bailey was injured his first 2 seasons. Plus, he had Rock, Steven Gerrard. Yeah, Stevie G wasn't it, man. Stevie G wasn't the manager, even though Stevie G is a legend as a player, but as a manager, and he was consistent in Germany, so Bailey and him similar status, to be fair. Okay. Bailey, well, not this season. Might be in general, but this season, Bailey has definitely outperformed Diaby by a good bit. So, definitely not this season. Yeah, Cephas was done wrong. I mean, it's was one of the voices in the wilderness calling for Cephas to be put on the team. Like, Colin Quest said, what type of playing field Butler have his academy? Is it like the one at Aston Villa? I think they're training at AstroTurf or something like that, from what I see online, them training. But everybody, we're going to call it a evening. It was good having these discussions to you, and I promise you next time I will have the link thing figured out, because I don't know what to do. So that's why I really wanted to have the discussion with some of you, but I just didn't know how to figure it out. But I will have it figured out the next time, and we can talk. I would love to hear what you feel about some of the topics that we discuss. I just wanted to mention one last thing before I go though, and unfortunately the time take up because I'm going to close off. But the last thing was that Lenny Hyde is now the under 18 coach for Jamaica, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Lenny Hyde has done an excellent job at Clarendon College. The brand of football that they have been playing has been outstanding for years. This guy has, coached in the Premier League, won the Premier League, coached in schoolboy football, won schoolboy football. I don't think there's any trophy. I don't know if there's any trophy in Jamaica that Lenny Hyde hasn't won at the highest level in Jamaica. But specifically the brand of football that Lenny Hyde has had in his players, I really am happy that he's a part of the national team and play especially with the youth. And I think it's a smart move by the JFF to have the under 18s, even though it's not a competitive unit, meaning that you're not going to have a CONCACAF under 18 championships, but at least to have someone like a Lenny Hyde who has a clear philosophy of football to feed at least the local players, to feed them into the under 20, get them prepared for under 20, because by the time they get to under 20, they're going to be competing with overseas players to be in the team. And you need someone like a Lenny Hyde who has a very strong football philosophy to work with them. I don't know if he's going to be working with under overseas based players, or he's going to just be working with the local based players. But whatever it is, I think it's Lenny Hyde and Rudolph Austin. I think those are two capable local hands that they have placed it in. I think it's a smart move by the JFF, because now we see under 13, we see under 15, we see under 17, now under 18, under 20, and I heard them talking about under 23 as well. I don't know, given the fact that they have talked about not having a lot of money, I don't know where they're going to get the money to do it. But if they have it, more power to them, because that's showing development. And yes, I'm just happy to see Lenny Hyde in the youth program for Jamaica. He's needed in the program. I think he's a force for good in Jamaica's football. So congratulations to Lenny Hyde. And I don't do this normally, but congrats to the JFF for pulling off Jamaica getting third place. No, some people might not want to give them credit for it, but I mean, look, we never hear any travel problems. We don't hear any problems coming onto the camp. As a matter of fact, we don't hear any reggae girls saying anything anymore. I don't know what's the status of the reggae girls coming to play back for Jamaica right now. But congrats to the JFF for keeping the noise down. I know the Liam Bailey situation kind of raised up hell, but outside of that, we haven't really heard any negativity surrounding the national program. So I want to congratulate them for winning third place. We get a medal in Nations League. What that means for Jamaica's ranking, we'll see soon. And, may Jamaica move on from strength to strength. You know what I mean? More often see the day when Jamaica is a solid top 3 in CONCACAF. I think we have the ability to be better than Canada. And we should be up there always challenging USA and Mexico. I'm tired of seeing USA and Mexico finals. Every Gold Cup, every Nations League is USA and Mexico. We need to come break up the party today. We need to break that up. Like, man, I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing USA and Mexico final. Every Gold Cup final, USA and Mexico. Every Nations League final, USA and Mexico. We need to do something about that. So congrats to Hallgrimson, the JFF, and the Reggae Boyz. And I'm going to just read the rest of the comments that we see here, and then I will be out. So it says, Bailey was injured. His CONCACAF is harder. CONCACAF is harder than yeah. Nitro said Bailey was injured his first 2 seasons. JD plus he has a rooks. Okay, yeah, I read that already. And he was consistent in Germany. Okay, I think I read those already. Jack Drummond said, good question. That was a good chat. Very balanced from both sides. Like up the month. Yeah, please. So I'm gonna end the stream now. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Until next time, walk good, take care of yourself, and I'm out. Thank you for being here, everyone.